Welcome to Barry D's 80s Music Video of the Day. I'm your host, Barry D. Remember, it's one music video a day, from the underplayed to the overplayed to the usual to the unusual, from the top 10 to the bottom 100. Please remember to join my Facebook page and subscribe to my channel for lots more 80s music commentary, videos, and memories. Now, I want you to get something to drink because this is going to be a long one today, because today's show isn't so much about Eddie Money, but rather more about the woman that sings the hook in today's video. Ronnie Spector was born Veronica Yvette Bennett in East Harlem, New York City, and grew up in the Washington Heights section of Manhattan. Her mother was black and Cherokee, and her father was Irish. Bennett and her sister Estelle were encouraged to sing by their large family, as well as their cousin Nedra Talley. The trio formed the Darling Sisters, later known as the Ronettes. They performed locally while attending George Washington High School in Washington Heights, and their look was fashioned by Estelle, who had a job at Macy's on the cosmetic counter. They sang at school events and even had a residency at the Peppermint Lounge, a night spot in Manhattan famous for being the birthplace of the twist and go-go dancing. Now, Phil Spector, he signed the Ronettes to his label, Phyllis Records, in 1963. Their relationship with Spector brought chart success with their biggest hit, Be My Baby, in 1963, which peaked at number 2 on the Billboard 100. But they also had several other well-placing songs. Now, in 1965, the Ronettes were voted the third top singing group in England, behind the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. And in fact, they opened for the Beatles on their 1966 U.S. tour, but without their lead singer. Phil had forbidden Bennett, that'd be Ronnie, to tour with the Beatles, so her cousin Elaine stood in as the third member. Now, she married Phil Spector in 1968. Don't you think the writing was already on the wall when he banned her from going and touring for the Beatles with the Beatles? Anyway, married him in 68, divorced in 72, and in their 1974 divorce settlement, this is what kind of peach Phil was. Ronnie had to forfeit all future earnings from her records, alleging that Phil had threatened to have a hitman kill her. This is what she received in her divorce settlement: $25,000, a used car, and a monthly alimony of $2,500 for 5 years. She later testified that Phil had frequently pulled a gun on her during their marriage and threatened to kill her unless she surrendered the custody of their children. Now, after many unsuccessful attempts at trying to get back in the business, she tried a couple things, and then she was kind of classified as an oldies type thing, and that's not what she wanted. Her career recovery started with today's song. In 1986, Ronnie Spector enjoyed the resurgence of popular radio airplay as a featured vocalist on Eddie Money's top 5 hit, in which she answers Money's chorus lyric, just like Ronnie sang with Be My Little Baby. The song's music video was one of the top videos that year and in heavy rotation on MTV, a place I've never been a VJ. During this period, she also recorded the song Tonight You're Mine, Baby, from the film Just One of the Guys. Ronnie Spector died in her home in Danbury, Connecticut from cancer on January 12, 2022, at the age of 78. That was just a couple weeks ago, and the media covered very little of it, which I find remarkable because she was a remarkable person. Let's go to the song. 1986 is a song by the American rock singer, which you already know, Eddie Money, formerly Eddie Mahoney, when he was a cop for New York City. It was released in August of 1986 as the lead single from his album Can't Hold Back. The song's chorus is similar to the Ronettes' 1963 hit Be My Baby, with the one and only Ronnie Spector providing the vocals, which I might add were uncredited, and it returned her to her role. Songwriting credit was given to Mike Leeson, Peter Vail, Ellie Greenwich, and Phil Spector, and Jeff Barry. By the mid-1980s, Eddie Money had reached a low point in his recording career after several years of drug abuse. Now, I can tell you, I saw an interview with him after this, and they asked what he actually did back in the early 80s, and he said, well, I did a lot of don't do drugs commercials and did a lot of drugs. Back to the story. Columbia Records still wanted to keep Money on its roster, but it restricted his creative control regarding his output. Record producer Richie Zito brought Money the song Take Me Home Tonight, and Money later said, I didn't care for the demo, but it did have a good catch line. When I heard a snippet of Be My Baby in it, I said, why can't we get Ronnie Spector to sing it? And he was told, that's impossible. Money invited his friend Martha Davis, who's the lead vocalist of The Motels, to sing the lines from Be My Baby on Take Me Home Tonight. Davis encouraged them to try and recruit Spector himself, and Money was eventually able to speak on the phone to Spector at her home in Northern California. He said he could hear clinking and clanging in the background, and Ronnie Spector told Money, I'm doing the dishes, and I got to change the kids' bedding. I'm really not in the business anymore, Eddie. Phil Spector and all that, it was a nightmare. So obviously she was traumatized by this. So Money says, look, Ronnie, I got this song that's truly amazing, and it's a tribute to you. It would be so great if you did it with me. And as it turned out, the success of Take Me Home Tonight encouraged Spector to resume her singing career, and she released her second solo album, Unfinished Business, in 1987. In 1987, Money said that he didn't like the song, but it helped Ronnie out, and it helped him get some of his other material on the album. So then he was happy about it. This song was nominated for Best Male Rock Vocal Performance at the 29th Annual Grammy Awards on February 24, 1987. But it lost to Robert Palmer's Addicted to Love. Alrighty. Let's go into the countdown, shall we? U.S. Mainstream Rock, number 1. U.S. Billboard Hot 100, number 4. Canada, number 15. Netherlands, number 43. Australia, number 46. And West Germany, when there was a West Germany, number 59. How to watch the video. If the video doesn't pop up in the corner over there, you can go to the link in the Facebook page. It says direct link to the music video. Click that, or the same thing right underneath this video. Both of those will take you directly to it. But I got faith it's going to pop up. Ronnie Spector, Be My Baby. Okay, go watch Ronnie Spector and Eddie Money make this. I almost said Eddie Murphy. Eddie Money do this video. Outstanding song, and I'll see you tomorrow.